Hey Silverbacks, just week 2 mobility drills. First off, want to compliment you all. I've seen you all in spending, clocking up your 30 minutes a week. There's been a huge improvement. Big shout out to Denise O'Leary. We've seen just absolute, mesmeric transformation in how you're moving, and that's, showing in your movements, getting so much stronger, moving so much better. So. Also too, to Marion, you've also been fine. So guys, let's fall in behind those two ninjas. Work on your mobility and everything else will follow suit, okay? So we're going to change things up just a little bit, but I want to make sure that as much as any good program contains deadlifts, pressing and squats, okay? Any good mobility drill or movements, you should always have your go-through movements, okay? We're always going to be doing just our general foam rolling, okay? Just getting out our foam rollers, always working on our calves, quads, IT band, T-spine, lumbar, any little bits and pieces that are nitty and gritty, okay? They're always the go-tos. With the keg drill that we did last week, and the couch mob with the hip flexors, they are exceptional at really bringing about change, okay? But sometimes we need to be a little bit more specific, and that's what we're going to try and do today. So we've got 4 new drills up, okay? Brief description. If you're not too unsure, just look at the video, or obviously you're already looking at it, or else ask one of the coaches. So we're going to spend, obviously, roughly 2 minutes, or 4 minutes either side, on each of the 4 exercises, definitely trying to rack up 30 minutes a week. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to be trying to work on our overhead position, okay? An awful lot of us are, quite tight in our shoulders. I see it when we're doing the overhead lunges. Very few of us have got very good overhead positions, so overhead squats aren't even a possibility, well, that's because of ankle mobility as well, but particularly because of our shoulders. So what we're going to do, we're going to try and improve that overhead position with the ball of death, okay? An awful lot of you haven't been using this, or any of the lacrosse balls. So what we're going to do is we want to get into our pec minor, right here as it goes into our anterior delt, okay? And we just want to try and smash this area, okay? And just allow us to get into a better overhead position. We also want to work on the rotators just behind the shoulder as well. We're going to spend about 2 minutes either side. So that would be 2 on your pec minor on your right, left, 2 in the back, 2 on the left, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to put the ball on the ground. We're going to get that pec minor onto the ground, place as much weight onto it as possible, and this should be quite uncomfortable. As soon as you come across, oh, there's one. As soon as you come across a spot where it's very nitty, I just want you to hang out there. And you can slightly oscillate, change your hand position as that will again open towards the shoulder. So just find a point, just hang out there, oscillate, really, oh yeah, that's good. You just want to hang out there, dig into a point, find a point that's very nitty, and the golden rule is you're trying to spend about 2 minutes either side, but you want to stay there until you stop bringing around change or until you make change, okay? So unless it's either stops feeling sore or you start freeing up, that's what we're kind of looking for, okay? So 2 minutes either side on the pec minor. Similarly enough, we're just going to change up, we're going to go face up. We're going to place the ball just in behind the back of our shoulder. And again, just working on that external rotation and find a spot that's a good one, just right in behind the shoulder. You can keep working. And when just as soon as you find a good spot, and that's a nasty one right there again, just hang out there, okay, for about 2 minutes either side. So that's what we're looking at. Very simple, extremely effective. Okay, again, test, retest, okay? How far can you get your hand behind your head? You should see a dramatic improvement. So that's all we're going to work on in the upper body is just that overhead position, okay? The second thing we're going to do is we're going to grab a band and then we're going to come over to squat rack. Just follow me. Okay, so very simple. We're just going to get any one of the bands. We're just going to loop it through. And we're going to put your right leg through and we're going to put it just right up underneath your bone. We're going to pull and pull and pull, really get a lot of tension on it. Make sure it doesn't pull you forward, put that left leg forward, stop you going forward. And then allow that just to pull your hip forward, really open up that whole entire hip flexor. Bring your hand up, really push the stretch and things start to open up, okay? So we're looking at about 2 minutes either side on that, either hip, and again you should notice a big difference, and you should be able to get a lot more squat depth, okay? The next thing then we're going to be working on is our ankle mobility, okay, to ensure that we're not coming up on our toes when we're squatting, and we're able to get a little bit more upright, okay? Keep that torso upright so that when we are squatting, back squatting, the bar is able to remain over our ankles, okay? So what we're going to do is just drop the band down just a little bit, okay? And we're going to put it, and if you've got nice socks on for this one, we're just going to again put as much tension on the band as we can, just walk it forward, okay? And all we want to do is keeping that ankle and that foot planted, we're just going to bring that knee as far forward as we can. And again, just pushing it, trying to get that knee as far forward as we can. Hanging out here for about 2 minutes. Be careful when you dismount. And again, test, retest, pistol. Okay, I'm a little stiff, we're not going to do that again, but you should be able to clear things up right well. So we're looking at 2 things in the band, 2 things on the red wall, 2 minutes either side. Let's improve that mobility, guys. See you next week.